So that hill in back of me there is the hill that was settled in 1813. It's said that from the top of that hill that you could see 67 towns. Now what exactly that meant, whether that was, you know, just an exaggeration or not, I don't know. But you kind of have to imagine this whole entire piece of land being heavily logged, basically bare, no trees, all farmland, because that's what it once was. That's where we're heading. The road doesn't bring us too much further. There's just trails beyond this. It's gonna be a lot of walking.
So the couple that moved to this hill, we'll just call them James and Rebecca. I don't want to give up too much of the location here. They were farmers. They ended up buying a couple of adjoining estates in the area. They built a total of 4 houses on the property and settled 5 of his sons on the property. Overall, they had 14 kids and over 40 grandkids. 2 sons and 5 grandkids were in the Union Army. 3 of those grandkids fell in that war. It was said by many of the town folk that they were honest, frugal, industrious, with enough ingenuity to fashion what they could not buy. They had the will to make a way where there was none that appeared, and intellectual strength to give them positions far ahead of all posterity that does not toil. It was also said that there is very few families in this state that are as fine representatives of a sturdy group of farmers as the family of James and Rebecca. So we kind of set off on this journey, trying to see what we can find, what they left behind, you know, anything personal. We just want to get an idea of what went on up here. It's pretty much abandoned for miles out here now. We used LiDAR mapping to find all of the houses, all the old home sites. Yeah, this is our goal for today. It was this one. You can see the cellars there in the orange circles, and that squiggly line that runs horizontal through the center, that's a trail. Well, it's the old road. There's rock walls that run along both sides of that. And those lines you see in the picture, those are rock walls as well. So LiDAR mapping's pretty cool. This is that same picture, but without LiDAR. This is just a picture of trees, basically. So that's definitely a big help. But this is our goal for today, to get to this site. It's the closest one. The weather was crap, but we still wanted to try and see what we could get. We didn't want to push ourselves too hard either. Days aren't very long up here this time of year.
So right on the other side of this rock wall here, there's a road, another rock wall on the other side. We're figuring this is all farmland. So where we're starting, we're heading off towards some cellar holes we saw in the LiDAR mapping. Oh, you got a oxen shoe?
Oxen shoe. And it probably won't be my last, because normally when we find one, we'll at least find a few more. So.
So that's good news. They definitely farmed or worked this land, logged or whatever. So we're on to something here.
Yeah.
So we're making our way up the hill here. It's been quite a trek to this point. Started to get into a patch where there's a bunch of iron, and we came across the cellar hole. There's a cellar hole right behind the camera. I'm not sure if it's been dug before. It's hard to tell with all the snow on the ground, but I mean, that was a pretty obvious signal, even though it's iron. It sounded like a good signal on the Knox. So we're on to something. I mean, I imagine that went to, you know, probably a horse or an oxen maybe. So yeah, I'm looking for some buttons and coins. If something with a name on it would be even better. I'd like to know a bit more about the people that lived here. Now this is going to be an absolute beauty. This is 1700s all day long.
Let me get it close. Look at it. Oh.
It's complete.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's missing that chunk right there. but it's one of the good ones. You can see the designs and stuff all over the side of it. We might get at least one initial off of it.
Oh, heck yeah. Look at that.
I wonder if the other piece is in there. So that makes me feel really good. That's going to be pretty cool when it dries out. It just looks like a pile of muck right now, but you see the squared off top? That's usually the older ones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, congrats.
You know, it's funny, the signal that this gave is like, you know, it's probably a can, but we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so, you know, you always want to dig those signals anyways, even if you think it's a can, because, it, you know, it could very well be something else, like this. That feels good. That feels really good. Yeah, we're guessing this was an old cart path.
I can't even get my pinpointer.
It was right on the surface, pretty much probably ammo, huh?
Probably. I don't see it. Well, it's right here. What is this? Is this it? Yeah.
What do you suppose that is?
Piping?
Is it steel?
Yeah. Okay, so we've been digging for like probably 20 minutes now for we hope to be a coin. There's a whole bunch of roots and it's just been such a pain to get to. So now Johnny's coming over with a small dynamite.
Dynamite! This thing's pretty old too, so it's going to be a dud. You know how it goes, but up she goes.
Yep, here we go.
That bigger tree's probably going to be skybound now. The SSI doesn't hit us back. Ready? You want to light it?
You can light it. You do it.
Hey guys, where you going?
It's pretty windy.
Oh, this looks like it's going to be a dud all day. What, really?
Instant relics. It's going to be a dud, man. Now we're going to have to call the bomb squad in when this thing doesn't go off, right?
Oh my god.
Boom!
That just brings me out.
Yeah, it's a dud.
Oh no. Oh my god.
We have to start a fire or something and that'll get that baby to go off.
It looks so good. Keep digging.
Look at that. Nice, huh? With a razor light. Such a thing.
He was too confined of a space for her and I to be in.
What's that, Jay?
That's too confined of a space for her and I to be in.
Yeah, I hear you there, Bob. Yeah, good thinking.